EJ Tackett, PBA Pete Weber Missouri Classic champion. We can see the signature right here. What does this moment mean to you right now?
I mean, it is so cool to win an event with someone like Pete's name on it. Is just, it's unbelievable. I've said it a few times this week that this is one of those trophies that in 20 or 30 years, when you look back on your career, it's going to be a special one, especially with that signature on it. That's something that very few people are ever going to be able to have, and it's a surreal feeling.
Number 25. You won so recently that it probably didn't even fully register that 25 was next up for you, and now here you are. Only I think 11 have ever done that. It's a perfect round number. It's that's history right there. What do you make of having 25 titles to your name?
Crazy. When I first came out here on tour in 2013, I've always believed in myself. I've always believed in my abilities. I did always believe that I was going to win at some point. I had no idea that this was even possible. Mm-hmm. Watching guys like Belmo and Pete and Norm and Parker, all those guys were still very active and winning when I first came out. And I never thought that anything that they ever did was remotely attainable. Not saying that I can get to where they've gotten in the sport, but it does feel like, well, maybe I can. Got to keep performing, keep bowling well, and keep winning tournaments. But yeah, 25 never seemed possible 10 years ago.
We talked about this a little bit before the season about how where you were at, and do the math where that can get you in 10, 15 years. Now that it, as you're kind of alluding to there, suddenly a number like 47 feels within your reach if you can keep doing what you're doing and keep your foot on the gas. How do you process that and knowing what you are now capable of and what you can achieve? How does that motivate you?
47 still feels light years away. I have to keep doing what I've done over the last couple seasons, and just let the tournament wins keep adding up, and not put too much emphasis or think about it too much. Just go keep bowling and see where the next decade takes me.
Mm-hmm. You told me you practiced a bunch of 10 pins because they didn't go so well in Illinois, and here you are. You need to make a 10 pin in the 9th and a 10 pin in the 10th to win this tournament. Everybody always says, practice pays off. Few have done it more literally than that right there. What do you make of that, your practice and paying off so quickly like that?
Yeah, I was so pissed off leaving Chicago that I cost myself an opportunity at a championship because of missing single pins. There was no other reason other than that. I threw a lot of really good shots that didn't strike, mm-hmm. but I gave away 50 pins in single pins. So I went home and did something about it. I still missed one this week too, and was pretty upset with myself about that one. I berated myself pretty hard, and then I didn't miss any more after that. But it's kind of nerve-wracking, right? Knowing that a week and a half ago, something was off, something wasn't right to make a 10 pin, and now I have to make 2 of them in a row to essentially win a championship. I still had to throw a really good shot in the 10th frame, but it's nerve-wracking. It's trying to block out the creeping thoughts, the bad ones, and remind yourself, I've done this a million times, and just go up and do it like I've done it a million times before, and not let those few bother what's happening right in front of you.
Got a little bit of time off here before the World Series and the Mike Albany Nevada Classic get underway in Reno. How many more 10 pins are you going to shoot before then? What are you going to do before Reno?
I'm going to continue to practice and make sure that the spare game is sharp. It has to be. The World Series, including the Nevada Classic, it's a long time period. It's a lot of bowling back to back to back to back. Got to be sharp. Got to be able to make all your spares. Got to be on top of all the moves. So I'm going to go home and practice and try to be as ready as possible.
I just have a couple quick questions for you. I'm going to not talk too much about bowling. It's not my area of expertise. But could you kind of talk to me about that? Just really kind of sum up maybe that last game, because Mr. Barrett, I watched him play all those games. He clawed. He really clawed to that final match, and then you guys kind of battled it out.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, so Dom is obviously one of the best players that has ever come onto this tour. His titles that he's won, the amount that he's won, doesn't really reflect of how good he actually is. He's won 10 times, and he's way better than that. He's gone through some stuff. He had a kid, and life changed, and he's gone through some fit changes, and I think he's finally getting back into form of doing things that we know Dom Barrett can do. But he, in my opinion, is one of the best players that's ever played this game. And he proved it today, of just experience, maturity, of not giving in when things got hard, and like you said, clawing his way to the title match. And even there, he did exactly what I expected Dom Barrett to do.
And then just kind of I'm from Springfield. I'm from here, and then you travel a lot for this job. And I grew up going to this bowling alley and a couple other ones in town, and seeing this happen. Just could you kind of maybe speak to seeing you have this trophy now that says Springfield, Missouri on it forever, and just kind of speaking to that local aspect of just seeing all these people from around here come out and watch the bowling community.
Yeah, the bowling community is very unique and unlike any other, in my opinion. It's all very close knit. The fans are amazing. We have great fans, and going to, Springfield is not the smallest city that we bowl in, but going to a smaller city is always a lot of fun. I feel like the bowling fans, they always come out in droves for these events, and I'm very, very thankful for that. And the crowd today here was unbelievable and amazing, and I know they were behind me, at least most of them were, so that was a lot of fun to be the favorite today. But the fans they're great, and that's what makes this sport part of the reason what makes this sport so good.
I'm all good. That's all I really needed from you.
On the title match, facing Dom, you two are the last two Triple Crown winners. I thought that was an interesting note there. And everything, it felt like you guys were just going tit for tat, and then he 7-10'd, and it just felt like everything kind of flipped right there. What was your reaction to him leaving the 7-10 and then sparing the 3-6-10 the next frame?
Yeah, so Dom leaving the 7-10, it was a good shot. When he threw it, I thought he struck. It was just a very unfortunate break, but it definitely did. That shot and then the next one leaving the 3-6-10, I believe definitely changed the momentum in the match. And I felt like my next two shots were the two most important ones of the match. To get up and strike after he missed twice was really important to keep the momentum on my side. And Dom being Dom gets up and strikes in the 8th and 9th, just like I said, exactly what you would expect from such a great champion.
Here we are, number 25. Probably a few more to come here in the coming days, years, weeks, months, who knows. Congratulations, EJ. We'll see you in Reno.
All right, thank you very much.